My mom was churning.
I gotta figure this out.
My mom gave me $20 a week for a lunch card. Did not eat lunch for about 4 months. And then I went to GameStop. And my dad was like, "What are we buying today?"
You were
buying a PlayStation 3, Dad.
You were dragging your shorts in with a wad of cash.
And he was like, "How'd you get the money for this?" And I was like, "Well, you know how Mama gives me $20 a week for lunch. You notice how I lost a little bit of weight." Yeah, you fill in the blanks. So I'm getting a PS3 today, Dad.
Hello everyone, welcome to another Game Talk. My name is Keith.
My name is Will.
Why are we here today, Will?
We are here because Sony announced the PlayStation Classic, Keith.
The PlayStation Classic. That's the PS1.
Yes, the PS1.
PS1. Remind me, refresh my memory. Am I making it up that at one time people were upset with Sony because they said we don't care about old stuff or something?
Yeah.
Because I feel like recently people were up in arms because they said, like, "Oh, Sony's not going to give us exactly what they are currently giving us," or something like that.
You mean that they're not? I think people are upset that it's not similar to how Microsoft does it, where Microsoft is backwards compatible for Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and if you can put the disc in or you can just download it.
Okay.
Just the fact there's so many options on Xbox, and then PS4 is just PS4 games.
Right.
I think there's some, like, they'll put collections on the PS4, because I know one of my friends has the Destroy All Humans collection on PS4, and it looks like PS2 games, like it's not a remaster or anything. So I think there are, like, special cases. Sure. But yeah, this is what they've done. They've taken a page out of Nintendo's book. You know, the past 2 years we had the NES Classic, then we had the Super Nintendo Classic, and apparently someone snuck into what is Sony's Reggie? Do they have a Reggie? It used to be Jack Trenton in my day.
Jack Trenton, and
Jack Trenton.
As if your day is old. It's not here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep track of these big names.
Yeah. Well, I guess someone stuck into his office, stole his thesaurus. Because they could have called it anything. They could have called it the PlayStation Throwback. That one's free. Y'all could have taken it.
That one's free.
But the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, and then Sony comes out PlayStation Classic. I feel like they could have called it something a little bit different. But we're not here to pick on them about that. I mean, I just pick on them a little bit. But
I mean, if you think about it, the smart marketing. Like you don't have to explain.
Very easy sell. What Nintendo did, we're doing it.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to explain.
Very easy sell. I brought a little prop today, Keith. I have an original. I couldn't find my original PlayStation 1, but I found my original PS3, which this girl has Spyro 1, 2, and 3 on it, the original version. It's got, it's got some PS2 games on here. I got the original Ratchet & Clank games.
Ooh.
I got some Jak and Daxter's on here, I believe.
Ooh.
I know I got Sly Cooper on here.
Ooh.
So this is my PS1, PS2, PS3 classic.
Well, for Sly Cooper, I'll buy that from you. I'll borrow it because I haven't played Sly Cooper.
Well, this isn't one of the ones. This is a big old fat one. Back whenever they were using the Spider-Man font. Yeah. But it does not have PS2 backwards compatibility. At least not physical. I got it like a month after they. This is the 40 gig model, and the original 60 gig model was the only one that had. If you could put a PS2 disc in, it would work. Yeah. Then they changed it to a 80 gig and a 40 gig, and I got this as a 40 gig. There's a story as to how I got this, Keith. You got time for a story?
Dude, could you imagine, real quick for your story, could you imagine how GTA would just laugh at a 40 gig hard drive if you try to download it?
Yeah. The smallest hard drive you can get now with a brand new system is 500 gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Back then, in 2006, it was very unheard of. We didn't even consider the idea of downloading full games. Like, the most, it was just, like, the 40 gigs were for, movies or for saved data or whatever. We didn't download our whole library. All my Xbox One games are digital, so
this was 2,100.
Yeah, we couldn't even fathom it. But so I got this, Keith. You went to a school, CA, with me.
Yes.
And there was a thing we had at the school where once a week you could buy a $20 lunch card. You remember that? Mm-hmm. You could buy a lunch card, and it would have like little $1, $2, and like anytime you would buy lunch, they would scratch off little things until you used up all $20.
Man, that's filling me with nostalgia now.
Yep. So my mom would give me $20 a week for a lunch card.
Can we call this story the Great PlayStation 3 Caper?
Yes, we can. I had just gotten a Wii the Christmas before, so I couldn't. And my birthday's on Christmas Eve, so literally the closest I was looking at getting a PS3 was December 2008. And they had just released a Ratchet & Clank game on the PS3. Boy. And I had to start thinking, Keith. My mom was churning.
I gotta figure this out.
My mom gave me $20 a week for a lunch card. Did not eat lunch for about 4 months. And then I went to GameStop. And my dad was like, "What are we buying today?"
You were
buying a PlayStation 3, Dad.
You were dragging your shorts in With a lot of cash.
And he was like, how'd you get the money for this? And I was like, well, you know how Mama gives me $20 a week for lunch? You notice how I lost a little bit of weight? Yeah, you fill in the blanks. So I'm getting a PS3 today, Dad. And I got that PS3, and my mom kind of, whenever I told her how I got it, she was like, I want to be mad at you, but I really can't, because that's ingenuity. Yeah. That's like,
I'm proud of you.
This little entrepreneurialism in you. She saw it. She approved. I got it. But whenever I got it, I could only afford to get the PlayStation. I could not afford to get a game with it. And my dad was like, I'll buy you a game, but I'm going to pick it.
Oh,
so my
really?
first game for this.
That's odd.
My first game for this was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I would have never bought that game or played it. It ended up being my favorite first-person shooter of all time. So Thanks, Dad. Shout-outs.
Yeah, shout-outs.
Like a few weeks later, I'm pretty sure I kept that scheme going. Well, no, I think I couldn't, because my mom stopped giving me lunch money because she was like, you're just not going to spend it.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat lunch for a while. But eventually, once I scrounged up $60, I got Ratchet & Clank Future, Tools of Destruction. It was amazing. I didn't know, I think that was like my first time experiencing nostalgia. Yeah. And it was weird because the Ratchet & Clank games came out in like 2003. This was like 2008. But I felt genuine nostalgia.
That's odd that they're like, you have to have experiences to experience nostalgia. Like, you have to be older.
Yeah.
That's kind of an odd thing to think about.
Yeah. But you got to think, 5 years ago when I was 13, that's almost half my life. Yeah. So that nostalgia was real.
Dude.
Anyways, so yeah, that's my little story.
That's so funny. That's so funny to me. I like the idea that, like, you know how I've lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Like I think they say it on Easy Allies a lot. You gotta take the hit to make the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta take the hit, man.
Yep. So I was looking good, looking like a young spring chicken walking in there. Got my hair done, and bought this little girl. So yeah, this is my PS1 classic. Cute little joke wheel. Cute. Haha. And well, actually, let's keep this in here because this looks pretty cool. But yeah, the PS1 classic, Keith. It's gonna have 20 games. It's gonna be the most expensive classic we've had yet. It's gonna be $100. But it's got 20 games on it. We only know what 5 of those games are. And Keith, there's one thing that is a little weird to me, and that is that, have you seen what the controllers look like for this girl?
Do they look like classic ones?
Are you familiar with the PS1 controller that had no analog sticks?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never had one of those, but that's what these are.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but these are not going to have analog sticks. So what I'm thinking is that it might be a lot of like early launch games.
Yeah.
Because like when the PS1 first came out, they didn't have analog sticks. So they might be just putting a bunch of early games on here, but I gotta hope. I have a wish list on here. I'm gonna make some demands in a minute.
Do it.
My demands. I'm probably gonna buy this. I didn't buy the NES Classic or the SNES Classic because I have all those games that I would want to play. I have them on the Wii U. I have them on the 3DS. Probably have them on the Wii. Didn't want to buy them again.
Well, let me tell you. Let me hit you with some.
Please do.
A little bit.
I've been talking a lot.
This doesn't. I'm afraid to say that it doesn't concern me. I'm not really into this idea.
What doesn't concern you?
The PS1 Classic. No, just the PS1 Classic as a whole.
Oh, okay, you're just interested.
The whole I'm not saying you shouldn't be interested. Mm-hmm. Please be interested. It's just for me personally that I didn't play the PS1. Mm-hmm. The only experience I ever had with the PS1, I can remember going to my cousin's house, and like one day we played like a Hercules game for a few minutes.
That's cool.
And that's like I'm sorry, one time. Yeah. That's like really the only experience I have with the PlayStation 1. And I just don't have any nostalgia for those games. And like I think we talked about in the last game talk a little bit, is that I just don't. There aren't a ton of games that I look backward and I wanna play like again.
Play all the way through.
Like Sly Cooper, I think I'd want to play all the way through it, but more likely is I'd probably play 2 levels and then realize like, man, Spider-Man PS4 is way more fun. Yeah. There's way more to do.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason we have progress.
Yeah. There's a reason everything's not Sly Cooper 1 and 2. Yeah.
And I think I favor the progress, and I favor all the new things that we can do, and just the largeness of games now, as opposed to like the kind of the arguably the games that look bad and are older and stuff. And I'm sure they play great and there's great stories, but I just didn't grow up with them, so I don't have that nostalgia. I'm still excited that people get it. I'm certainly excited for you to get to experience that.
That's actually the reason I'm excited for it. Is I don't have any nostalgia for the PS1. I had a PS1. The only games I played on it were Spyro 1 and SpongeBob Super Sponge. Okay. Still a good game. Still a really good side-scrolling. It's like Super Mario Bros. Basically. It's like a side-scroller, but it was actually really fun, really difficult.
SpongeBob holds up.
Love that game. But that's kind of why I'm interested in this, is because I was a little baby when I had my PS1, and I did not experience all these games that certain people hold as like, Paramount,
the games,
Templars of our video gaming culture. And a big reason that I like going into retro games is not because they're more fun than new games necessarily. It's kind of the historian in me.
Sure.
I like to see where things started, how they've progressed. That's why I'll play through Earthbound once a year, just to see like I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly.
I'm interested. I mean, I think that does interest me. I do like. I'm very interested. One thing after I've started watching some people who enjoy those kind of things. Like I like their take on where things have gone and stuff. And so I think the historian in me is interested in those old games. So I'll watch like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I hear that name a lot. Yeah. It has nothing. It springs nothing in me. I don't even know what I'm to think about. But to go back and this is what this is what
they're talking about. This is what it meant. And
tell
what
me,
it meant for the time too.
Tell me what you want, Will.
What do I
you
want?
have demands. Tell me what you want.
Okay.
I don't want people to think I'm trashing on the PS1 because I'm not.
These are the games that if there's 3 of them on here, I will get this PS1 Classic.
Okay. 3
let's go ahead
marks, and that's $100 out of your pocket.
Yep.
Okay.
Just because I've never experienced them, and I want to play. I could play them on my laptop, but it's just not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same. The games that they have on here already are kind of early games. There's Final Fantasy VII, which I don't even know if I would play it on the PS1 Classic because it's coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to play it on that. The Switch is perfect for RPGs. Just take it anywhere. Doctor's office, waiting room, do a little grinding.
Yeah.
So I want that. They've got Jumping Flash on here. Don't know what that is. You got Ridge Racer Type 4.
Okay.
They got Tekken 3. And they got a game called Wild Arms. Jumping Flash and Wild Arms, I don't know what those are.
Okay.
So as it stands right now, if these are the best they have to offer, I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
But if they can give me a few of these, I'll buy it.
These are our demands.
These are my demands. I want Metal Gear Solid 1.
Okay.
I want it. I played Metal Gear Solid 4 when it came out on this girl. Played it on this girl right here. Did not know what was going on. No idea what was going on in that game. Thought it was really cool. Thought it was really fun. But I always heard people saying, 1's the best. It's way ahead of its time. Just, you got to experience it kind of thing. And maybe I could start piecing. I remember a lot of the story of 4.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know what was going on. But I feel like playing through 1, I'd be like, oh, maybe this led into this, blah, blah, blah. It'd be kind of cool to go back and see.
Metal Gear Solid 1. If it's not on there, the president's daughter is dead. Don't laugh.
I kind of hope that... Don't tell me what to do. I kind of hope that they... Like, Metal Gear Solid came out in 98. I feel like that had to be a lot of 3D movement, a lot of stick.
Yeah.
So, like, if they put it on there, I feel like it might be weird using a D-pad.
Maybe.
But maybe there's just lashes I'm going to have to take.
Okay.
You mentioned a game, Symphony of the Night, Castlevania.
Yeah.
I want that one on there.
Okay.
I want to play that. I've heard it's just a beautiful game visually. Looks like a mosaic. It's kind of what I'm picturing. Maybe it doesn't look anything like a mosaic, but that's what I'm picturing.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. If it's not on there, the Dalai Lama loses a leg.
Sorry. Stop laughing.
It's serious, Will. We have them all.
Silent Hill 1. I love psychological horror, Keith. Don't watch a lot of horror movies because I feel like most of them are just jump scares, and a jump scare to me is waiting for somebody to kick me in the nuts. It's just something that's going to make me go, huh! But it's just a physical reaction. It's not, you didn't get me in my mind, you didn't trick me, you didn't do anything, you just, boo! You went boo at me.
Right.
So Silent Hill, I've heard, just messes with your mind.
Yeah.
It's all about like the inside of a crazy person's head, going crazy. I don't know. It just seems like I would like it a lot.
Silent Hill on the PS1 Classic, or we take Tom Holland's eyes.
Ooh, I like that one. Can I put one of them in my face? He's got good eyes. Okay.
You can.
All right.
You can do it whenever. Well, I hope they put the games in there, but if they don't, the satisfaction of removing Tom Holland's eyes will be enough.
True that. I'm near the end of this list, Keith. I get a little cute.
Okay.
One of them is Parappa the Rapper.
Okay.
I've never played it. Kyle Bossman loves it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle Bossman.
That's enough. Kyle Bossman likes it.
I just want to play it. I like rhythm games. You know, I used to. The way I stayed in shape throughout high school was playing Rock Band drums.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you had to play hard to burn some calories. I mean.
Yeah. Dude, expert drums, it'll get you in shape.
It will.
I tried playing a Rock Band a few weeks ago. I could get through a song and a half, and I was like, man, I gotta start working out. This is. But yeah. And the last one.
Parappa the Rapper on the PS1 Classic, or we take Taylor Swift's fingernails.
This one, I'm being really cute for this one, Keith. Okay. There's no way this one's going to be on it because of licensing issues. Are you cheating? Are you reading these now?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I am looking at the light of your phone like a moth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This one, there's no way it's going to happen because of licensing issues, rights, whatever. Nicktoons Racing.
Nicktoons Racing.
Did you ever play Nicktoons Racing, Keith? It was my Mario Kart before I knew what Mario Kart was. It was so awesome racing around as Angelica and throwing little power-ups based on Nickelodeon cartoons at people. I'm pretty sure there was one that was like a slime bucket, which is like equivalent to the Mario Kart blooper hitting you with ink. It was very Mario Kart inspired. but it was before I knew what Mario Kart was. Right. So that's a good game.
That's probably not going to happen, but I'll say it anyway.
That's probably not going to happen.
Nicktoons Racing on the PS1 Classic, or we make Deadpool PG-13.
We should do that for like one that's going to happen though, Keith, because I really don't want that one to happen.
Hey, it's too late. I've already said it.
Metal Gear Solid or
the wheels are in motion. All these, you can avoid all these things, Sony, if you put the games we want on the console.
That's true. Do you have a wish? Anyone that you might, any game that you want to, is a historian?
I googled a list of PS1 games. Good, the best ones.
Yeah.
If it's a turn-based RPG, I don't care. I just don't care. I can't do it. I can't care about those.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid is interesting to me, but as an outsider who's never played a Kojima game, I kind of think it's a little bit pretentious.
Yeah.
I think the whole like, oh, I'm so weird. And
this is before he got.
Okay.
I think this one. I've heard this one only gets really weird at the very end, like last cutscene, and that's when it starts getting weird.
I could be wrong, but I just feel like Kojima, the name Kojima now, like, ooh, the story doesn't have to make sense because I'm weird.
I'm artsy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have anything. As a historian, I'm sure whatever they put on there will be fine for me to think about. I don't think I'll buy it, but I'll definitely watch people play it.
I might let you borrow mine after I run
through
it.
I'm serious about borrowing this. I want to play Sly Cooper.
Okay.
Not right now, but I will be back.
Do you think your PS4's HDMI would work on it? Because I lost the HDMI that came with this.
Yes, if HDMI should work. I mean, HDMI is HDMI.
That's true. Yeah. So, do you know if the charger for a PS4 controller will charge a PS3 controller?
I don't think so. I think that port is different. I think that's a mini USB versus a micro USB.
Okay. We might have to get you one of those before.
Yeah,
we got to get this girl in working order first, but I would definitely, I'd love to let you go through Sly Cooper on this.
Awesome. That'd be great. I'd love to put that on the channel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got that capture card now, too?
Nostalgies.
That would be cool. Man. That would be really cool. Well, thanks for joining us, folks.
Yeah, we talked about the PS1 Classic. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trashing on it. Also, obviously, everything we said about the things, people we will hurt, or the things will change if things don't happen is 100% true.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, Sony, it's going to get bad if you don't do it well once.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for giving me all this power, Keith.
You're welcome.
I really like it.
You're welcome. Really like it. I mean, I'd like to divvy those things out. But in the meantime, as we wait for certain destruction of many things you hold dear, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Will, you got anything else for them?
I don't.
Then why don't you tell them what we think about it?
We love them very much.